All right, so I'm here in Rio de Janeiro on Leblon Beach, and I love this city. After 10 years of traveling, it is it's tied for #1 with Medellín, Colombia. So I'm gonna go over actually comparisons of Medellín and Rio, because I was thinking when I came here, I'm like, it feels like Medellín, but just with an epic beach. And so what are the similarities and what are the differences? Let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing I noticed is, they both have phenomenal weather, right? Temperatures, it's like spring all year round in Medellín. In Rio, I think it fluctuates quite a bit, but we're here now we're here October, November, and it's gorgeous. It's a little bit cool, like in the mornings or at night. And there's been some days, I don't know, maybe now it's the rainy season, it was rainy a little bit, but most of the days are sunny, beautiful, gorgeous. So the second thing is it looks like Latin America, South America, like the palm trees, the way that the aesthetic and the look is if you're in like Laureles, or here I'm in Leblon. Ipanema is also very nice. Just the look and feel, the visual, aspect of it makes you feel like you're living on a vacation, right? So it's like a postcard. Now, Rio has the added benefit of some of the most epic beaches in the world. These things are incredible here. And so the only trade-off for that is the cost of living is higher compared to Medellín, right? Especially if you're gonna stay in Leblon. The other thing, of course, if you're a single guy traveling, you care about the women. Colombia, Brazil, this is the two countries with the most beautiful women in the world. And when I say that, what I mean is the beauty level and the beauty frequency, right? So you can go to Mexico and you could show me a photo of an absolute stunning model that's Mexican, but that's not frequent and that's not common in Mexico City or anywhere in Mexico, right? Compared to Colombia or Brazil. And so out of all the places I've been, Paraguay, Argentina, Peru, Mexico, all these places, Colombia and Brazil stand out. And within those countries, Medellín stands out, and the whole Coffee Triangle region, and then Rio de Janeiro has absolutely stunning, women. So the next thing is real, natural food. When you go to the United States, everything's processed, everything's like crap, and like food. You get in Medellín, you get in Brazil, really good quality natural foods, right? You get the steaks, you get the rice and beans, you get all the vegetables, and they have all their juices and stuff in Colombia, like natural, real juices. And in Brazil here, the acai is very prevalent on every street corner. The other thing is they're the perfect size cities. And let me explain what I mean. You travel around, you go to mega cities like Bogota, Sao Paulo, Mexico City. You go down to, regular size cities or medium sized cities like 5 million, 4 million, 3 million, Medellín, where else? Florianopolis, things like that, right? And then you go into smaller and smaller cities, like in Colombia, Pereira, Armenia, Manizales, and in Rio, I went to Blumenau, right? Like a small little village for the Oktoberfest. It was actually really cool. But so Rio is actually like a mega city, but within the whole Rio, zone, you're only going to probably stay in the nice tourist zone, which is Copacabana, Ipanema, Leblon, and I suggest Leblon. And so it basically, from Copacabana to Ipanema to Leblon, it just gets nicer and nicer, and a little bit less population density. And so Leblon is still like population dense, it's just that Copacabana is extreme, right? A ton of people. So when you live in a big city, you get all the amenities, right? If you go to a Sao Paulo or Mexico City or Bogota, it has like near first world, amenities and living standards, right? When you go small and smaller, you start lacking things like the quality of the gyms or the apartments or the service, right? Restaurants, cafes. So it's such a sweet spot to be in a city like Rio or Medellín and then stay in a neighborhood like Laureles or Leblon, because you have all the amenities that you want, but it's a little bit more laid back. It's, it's safe and it's comfortable and convenient. So it's like the perfect balance of the size of the city. Okay, so the next factor is the walkability. When you're in these neighborhoods that I suggest, you basically don't need a car, you don't need an Uber, only very rarely. So everything, cafes, supermarkets, the gym, things to do, it's all like 2 minutes, 5-minute walk, right? And I'm living a couple blocks from shopping in Leblon, big nice mall. And the metro system here is actually even really good too. So it's very similar to Medellín in that aspect. And when I realized how important walkability is in a city is actually when I was in Florianopolis, because it's a great city, I like it, but it was problematic logistically with the layout of the city, meaning if you want to live near a beach, you're like 25 minutes from everything that you want to go to, like malls or cafes or restaurants. If you live in the center, that's called Itacorubi, by the way, in Florianopolis. Then when you want to go to the beach, you're 25 minutes from the beach. There's only one road to get there, there's traffic, and so it was a little bit annoying, and it was, you know, it was a decrease in that factor of the walkability. And so now I'm here, and I love that I just walk everywhere right out my door of my building. The next thing is Brazil, you know, Rio de Janeiro, Medellín, Colombia in general. These really embody Latin American culture at its finest. And so what that means when I say it is the warmth, the hospitality, the friendliness, the laid back, the social culture. This is like Latinos at their like best, right? When you go to some other places, Argentina, Mexico, Peru, yeah, it's still like the common Latin stuff, Latin America stuff, but it's not as amped up as the social vibe in Rio, as it is in Medellín, right? Colombia and Brazil are like total standouts for me in the culture and how the people are in the social life. The next factor is a low cost of living for a high quality of life, right? And so Medellín is a cheaper cost of living compared to Brazil, right? Like Colombia is cheaper than Brazil, but for the quality of life, I've been dreaming for a long time of a city that is fast internet, you know, walkable, great temperatures, beautiful women, and on the beach. And so it's very hard to find a beach city that's not incredibly scorching hot all the time, and good internet and livability and walkable. And so for the fact that I could live here in Leblon, or even Ipanema I would consider living in if I come back another year, it is very expensive. I mean, it's not very expensive. It's more expensive than Colombia, especially when you're talking about eating out at restaurants and things. But considering what you get, the lifestyle for the cost, it's much better than anything you could do in the United States, right? Or anywhere like Europe. So Rio is phenomenal in that aspect. And then Medellín is the same thing. You get great temperatures, all these lifestyle factors I'm talking about, at such a, you know, low cost that it's very, very impressive, really delivers on the value. The next thing is, these are fitness cultures, Medellín and Rio. There's a lot of fit people, a lot of people in great shape. And so for me, someone that's into fitness and gym and health and nutrition, it's inspirational to be around similar-minded people. Also, when you're thinking about dating, or just your health in general, when you're in the United States and more than half the people are fat and obese, that cuts down on the attractive women in the dating pool. And so it's a lot of factors it involves. Just a quick summary, you know, when there's more fit, beautiful women around, beauty is more common, it's more commonplace. So the perceived value of it is lower, it's adjusted lower, right? And so it's very common here for nearly any type of guy to get a typically, you know, beautiful woman. Whereas in the United States, you have to be really kind of a very above average guy to even consider getting, like, you know, beautiful women. And so just the like value of beauty is adjusted high in the United States due to scarcity, right? So it's supply and demand. But like I said, I love fit, beautiful beach bodies, and it's nice to, you know, see so many women with them here. So it's just tons of attractive women to choose from. And then, like I said, it's inspirational for me to go harder in the gym and be more consistent with my nutrition. It's inspirational when you see a lot of guys who are as in good shape as you or a lot better. It pushes you to want to be better. When I'm in the United States, I'm in like the best shape out of everyone I'm around. Like out of 100 people, I'm in like the top 3. When I'm in Rio, I'm out of like 100 people, I'm in the median bottom range somewhere probably, right? So it's inspirational to see all these great physiques too as well. Now, the safety. Ironically, both of my 2 favorite cities are ones that have reputations of being super dangerous, and you're gonna go and you're gonna get killed. And so the trick is about being in a, like, the well-curated, upscale neighborhoods. So yeah, Medellín, Rio, are the centros dangerous? Are there neighborhoods that you can go to where it's very dangerous? Yes, of course, but it's the same thing in the United States, isn't it? You can go to a dangerous part of most big cities, and you're like, oh, we're in the bad part of town. In South America, in Latin America, yeah, the danger, it's cranked up a little bit if you're in those bad areas. But if you're in these best neighborhoods, it is much safer than you're probably thinking. And so, I mean, I wouldn't be out here, like right now we're here early in the morning, on a Saturday. By midday, any day, it's gonna be packed here. And like Copacabana is always packed with people. I would not be filming with film gear on a packed beach with a ton of people around Copacabana because something could happen. But here, there's like people over there, what's gonna happen, right? The chances of something happening are very low. And so it's the same thing in Medellin. I wake up early, you're out and about, and you're in the best neighborhoods, very, very safe. You just wanna use a little common sense. Now the other things is that in Rio or Medellin, you have this whole great lifestyle of your daily routine in the city, but yet if you wanna just enjoy some nature stuff or leave the city, just like you have nature and mountains and things to do really close to the city. So it's a very nice balance if you wanna go out and do nature things or see other areas and stuff. Now here's the final thing that I noticed. They both have what I would say is like, it's flexible to the type of day you wanna have really well. So what I mean is you could have a relaxed, just digital nomad, go walk, relaxing day to the cafe, get some work done, take it easy, laid back culture, you know, in both cities. Or it has high energy. If you want to go out and go to nightlife and go crazy and go partying, it has that. And so it's like it gets flexible to be whatever you want it to be. You could have a relaxed, laid back day or high energy, super social party time. And so this is just a great balance of life overall. And so Medellin, #1 city, Rio, #1 city. So they are now officially tied in my mind. I'll think about my list for like what's number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. I'm gonna actually do a big video ranking and rating and reviewing quickly all of the cities I've been to in Latin America, and it's a lot, so it's gonna be a big video. So keep your eye out for that and subscribe for more content, all right? Thanks.